Welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are in the area where mostly Spanish spend their holidays in. And no, it's not the beach. It's not the Poniente beach either, which is also the case technically. We are on the famous street, which is called Passeig de la Carretera. It also has not a very nice name that Spanish call it, which I cannot say out loud. But here we have the famous Tapas alley that mostly Spanish love, but also more and more tourists are coming here each day to get out of their typical food. They're used to English breakfast, Sunday roasts, and much more, and to try out typical Spanish tapas and authentic Spanish Mediterranean cuisine. And this is how it looks like on midday. There's quite a few people out here, but usually the best time to see it is at night, which is when you can barely find any free tables. They allow bookings a lot of the times, but usually in bigger restaurants. Smaller ones is first come, first served. And this is the place where people come and go non-stop. People switch 3, 4, 5 different places in one single evening. Look at these meats. Some of these are incredible actually places to go and really recommend it. As you can see, a lot of Spanish here too. And by the way, in some of these businesses we've been and we've filmed them for you guys. If you want to see more about these and enjoy and see which places are actually recommended for a visit, which ones are tasty and typical Spanish, we have the playlist called Benidorm Tapas, where you're able to see many places. For example, including this one, Pinchos. We love this place. Look at these delicious tapas that they have. Oh my goodness. The prices usually are displayed, so it's quite easy to see how much it costs. 3.80, some of the rolls 3, 2 something, 2.50, 2 euros, depending on what it is. Rations of typical Spanish Russian salad, patatas bravas, ham and cheese, and much more. And the ham here is cut by hand, by the way. The Cava Aragonesa, which is here on the right side, usually is very busy, and it's popular amongst tourists mostly. For some reason, this is a place that is just packed up with tourists. More wine places, typical bars here in the old town, and from here we will start seeing already slightly more international type of businesses. And here international tourists also do arrive. The traditional city center, which is where we've started today's video, is the one that Spanish visit the most. For some reason, Levante beach is not so beloved by them. The promenade and the bars, mostly the end towards the old town, the traditional city center, the Tapas Avenue, small teeny tiny streets with local businesses, and the Poniente beach. These are the places that Spanish, both tourists and locals, prefer to visit during their holidays and during their free time here in Benidorm town. Also, one of the preferred streets is this one right here. This is the Avenue of Alameda, which has exactly the same name as the hotel, because the Hotel Alameda is named from this avenue. This is a great place to grab some drinks and some snacks. There's nice cocktail options which are really well priced, honestly. Mojitos, piña coladas, etc. The hotel here, if you want to see inside, we have a full tour of it, by the way. Check it out here on the channel if you still do not do so. In Benidorm Hotels playlist, you can check out for Hotel Alameda in Benidorm, and you will see how it looks like from the inside. Some tourists arriving right now to the hotel. It's going to be really busy, by the way. And then we have teeny tiny businesses, local businesses of gourmet products, natural olive oil, ham, typical chocolate made in the area by Chocolates Valor or Marcos Tonda, which are very popular. And these are local chocolate makers, families who have made it till the day of today with the chocolate industry. Some social clubs are called. This place right here with nice beer, cocktail options, snacks options. There's places that sell only gins and tonics here too. Many of them are of the same owner, which are these Diva cold places, there's the pizza place. There is gins and tonics place, and many, many more of them. This one here, for example, is a pizzeria, and then you have gins and tonics, different varieties of your most beloved drinks can be found here. And this is the pizzeria, authentic Napolitan pizza they say they serve here. Plus there is typical Spanish places for some tapeo, which is when you grab some tapas and just sit down on the terrace for hours and hours, grab some drinks and just chit chat with your friends, relatives, loved ones. Many of these places are really popular among Spanish. Some international tourists can be seen here. And overall, all these places here in the old town slash traditional city center do lack of workers, a lot of them. In many places, you're able to see that they need some help and they're wanting for some experienced sellers, or in general just someone to help them out inside of the business. Waiters, look at doggy, also enjoying today's walk. It's just so busy here, and it's gonna be really busy. It was cold this morning, by the way, but now once the sun came out, definitely more people will be visiting this area, and which is why, especially towards summertime, this place will be so crowded you will be able to barely pass, which is why obviously to cater for all the needs for all numerous tourists, it is necessary to provide more workers in the hosteleria and hoteleria industry, which for now isn't the case. So hopefully it's going to be solved before the peak summer season comes. We've made a huge turn and we came back to where we started the video. This place right here, by the way, is really recommended for chocolate and churros. They have their own like a bakery place, nice desserts, ice cream, milkshakes, and they also prepare very good pizzas, which you can purchase by slice. Some while ago it was €2 per slice, but now it's $2.50. But still, they're very good, and they're quite big slices. This is the place here on the right side. They have kebabs here, they have pizzas, they have chocolate and churros to take away if you want to, and a big terrace if you want to consume something here, like drinks and snacks. This is where you're able to get it. Full of shops of different kind. These are not Chinese bazaars. These are authentic shops, very nice brands. There are souvenirs here, even dental clinics, shops, and clothing brands like Koala Bay. Not too popular in our area, I must say. Not a lot of us do shop there. There's whole shop only for Skechers, Mini Market Base, which is a sports shop. This shoe shop, I never know how to call it, but this shoe shop is very good, and they have some eco brands made in Spain, obviously small businesses that sell their shoes here, small brands, which we always tend to appreciate and support if we're able to, because our products are really high quality. Candy shops nearby, loveliest places to grab some special gifts like jewelry for someone. If you want to get something like this, if you have a special celebration coming up, a birthday present, whatever it is, anniversary maybe, this is where some of the best jewelry shops are located, and we'll see them in a second. Bonbon Boss, nice place to grab some coffee and some snacks throughout the day. There's some apartments here, like a short-term touristic apartments. Even the doves are walking about and around, and they are not afraid of people any longer. They just live here and coexist with the locals and with tourists. Tattoo places, tattoo, piercing, all in one place. Is our favorite jewelry shop, Amor. One of the best ones we've seen here in Benidorm, probably top one. And they have an incredible service and nicest jewelry pieces inside. It's not too expensive either, so it is actually a good option to buy something that you would remember forever from your holidays in Benidorm. More shoe places covered with terraces all around these souvenirs and gifts, which is way bigger now. They have t-shirts, they have bracelets, bags. Honestly, the bags and bracelets is something you can purchase anywhere here in the town. More pizza slices. Look at this, pizzas. And then we have also churros places, ice cream places, yogurt places. Are you a fan of a frozen yogurt? We personally don't like it too much, honestly. And my hubby here will show you different ice cream flavors: strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. There's caramel. There's after six. There's mint and chocolate chips. There is even Dubai chocolate. There's literally anything with raisins, with nuts, with marshmallows, and different types of no lactose, or for example, no artificial sweeteners, just natural one, and many more. Just a juice like gelato, but just with a juice, like a sorbet. The Rico bar here with doves attacking, doves attacking, trying to get a free fry or a piece of bread, because there are so many options here on the tables. And the beach still looks more or less like it looked this midday when we've shown you the whole Levante beach. It was quite cloudy. Clouds disappeared. They went towards the mountains right now. But still, there are some waves, and still it is not so warm as it was previous days. It was up to 28. We were so happy we took out our summer clothing, but now it's back to 20 degrees all of a sudden. So hopefully we will get back our warm weather in the next upcoming days, because at least for now, for tourists obviously it might be great, but for us locals, having a shift of 8 degrees from one day to the other, well, it's not the best. And there's the clouds that you've seen today right above the Levante beach. Finally, these clouds went towards the mountains and crossed these, which hopefully means that it's going to be sunny at least for a few days in a row. It's supposed to be raining, by the way, towards the end of this week. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we will avoid it. We'll see about that. But at least for now, it is still sunny. It is slightly better weather than the one that we've had. See, people are still enjoying it because now the sun is shining, everything is all right. It's a great day here. There is a slight wind, obviously, but it doesn't stop locals, tourists, anyone basically from enjoying today's day in Benidorm town. Obviously, the beach is not as busy as it used to be the previous days or the weekend, since it's not as hot outside, but there are still people swimming in the sea. So hey, everyone are getting a great holiday here in the area. Mostly people are having walks around the promenade, going to see viewpoints, because when it's very hot outside, it's barely possible. Not now, but in summertime. So usually moments of the day when it's not as warm are ideal to have a walk, enjoy, visit viewpoints, natural park maybe, visit nearby cities and villages, just to sit down on a sunny terrace and enjoy the day. And by the way, right here next to the Burger King, we have another Tapas street that not a lot of people know of, and it has some incredible and most authentic tapas, which are really nicely priced. And that is the place where Spanish mostly go to. We see slightly more tourists right now because obviously we'll let people know about these places. We show them you around in the videos, and people actually see that these are some great places to visit. But mostly and historically, Spanish do come to these tapas places because these are not fully refurbished. They don't look brand new. You know, they just not like super nice place to go. Typical old Spanish style terraces, but the food is incredible on the inside, which is what a lot of people miss during their holidays. Let us know if you usually go to typical touristic places or if you tend to explore slightly more and make an adventure and head to the places that are mostly visited by the Spanish. And actually, this is how you know that the place is good. If locals and Spanish tourists visit it, it's a good place to go. Some menus of the day here with 2 courses, 18 euros for a menu. This is sadly the typical menu price, the average menu price here in Benidorm town. Right now, menu prices range from 12 to 13 euros, the cheapest one, up until 30, 40, 50 euros we've seen in some specific parts of Benidorm. So honestly, 18 euros for a menu, we would have said that it's expensive. Back in the days, hello. Back in the days, we would have said no, search for a menu for 10 euros. But nowadays, sadly, 18 euros is a new normality, which we're slightly sad about, but we get that all the prices are increasing. So obviously, if we want the businesses to succeed, we need to pay the fair price for it. And people keep enjoying on the terraces. That is so lovely. I wish we could stop for a second like this and just enjoy the day together on the terrace. But we're here to do our job. We're here to show you guys as much as we can about Benidorm town. And the beach is looking better and better. Some of the beach areas are busier than the others, depending on its location. If hotels are nearby, if there's accommodation options, if there's many services or not. So some points of the Levante beach, you will see them really packed, and others will be way quieter. But that is just because in some specific areas there is not as many services. Thus, these tends to be with less people on the beach. Nearby, we have the SOS point in case something happens and you need some assistance. There's some supermarkets here nearby, and there's also brand new businesses that will be opening up. The franchises, like the Five Guys. We've never actually tried it before because we didn't have one, mostly here in the area, but we'll have the first ever Five Guys here right on the Levante beach. Depending on the price range, I do think it might get busy and it might be a good business. But once again, it depends on how they will price this type of business. And look at the area. Very nice, very sunny, slightly more people out here. People are just enjoying the sunshine after a whole almost always cloudy day. Thank you for accompanying us in today's lovely walk.